Well, we've been telling you for more than a year about the terrifying potential side effect of an anti-malaria drug given by the Pentagon to tens of thousands of troops deploying overseas. Now the National Academy of Sciences has launched a review of the long-term effects of the anti-malaria drug. But Bruce LeShan reports not everyone thinks the study will help struggling vets.
Critics fear that the 18-month review just launched here at the National Academy of Sciences could be just another delaying tactic. They say that the Veterans Administration should right now start screening tens of thousands of people for mefloquine exposure and to start offering them compensation, disability compensation, and counseling. The FDA has warned for years that mefloquine can cause permanent neurological and psychiatric problems, anxiety, depression, paranoia, hallucinations.
For months, we have requested that VA take concrete steps today to identify veterans that may have been affected by mefloquine poisoning.
The National Academy turned away some vets who wanted to testify here in person, saying there wasn't room in the meeting room. They testified instead by phone, including retired Colonel Timothy Dunn.
Anxiety, depression, inability to concentrate. I never had these symptoms in my entire life.
But an expert from the Centers for Disease Control said that studies found no greater incidence of psychiatric problems among a group of people who took mefloquine than among the general population. In Washington, Bruce LeShan, WUSA 9.
The Veterans Administration says it turned to the National Academy to give it the best possible scientific advice.